Hi students, welcome back. Coming to the next topic, that is the difference between the C and C++. Actually, in the previous video I explained the basics of the C. So means the review of the C, how the C will be, what are the data items and what are the variables that are used in the C, and what are the facts and why we are using the C language. So now let us see the difference between the C and C++. Let us see the basic introduction. Actually, C++ is derived from C language. So first C language is developed. After that, the C++. So C++ is derived from the C language. C++ is derived from the C language. So it is a superset of the C. So we call C++ is the superset of the C language. Earlier, C++ was known as C with classes. So previously we call C++ as C with classes. So C with classes is also called as C++ because in C++ we are using the class concept. In C++, the major change was the addition of classes and a mechanism for inheriting class objects into other class. So the major difference between the C and C++ is, here in C++, we are using the classes and inheriting the class objects into other classes. So here we are adding the classes and a mechanism for inheriting those class objects. This concept was introduced in the C++, but it is not there in C. Most C programs can be compiled in C++ compiler. So you can compile your C programs in C++ also, because for both we are using the same compilers. So after executing, after saving the program, whenever you want to run that, first it should be compiled. The program should be compiled before entering into the executable code. Okay, so most C programs can be compiled in C++ compiler. C++ expressions are the same as C expressions. So whatever your expressions that you are using in the C++, that will be the same. That is A is equal to A plus 1 or like that. So 5 is greater than 3, means these are the expressions. So these expressions will be same in the C++ as well as in C also. Okay, so all C operators are valid in C++. So whatever the operators here use in C, those are valid in C++. Like equal to, for equal to, here also we will use the equal to operator. Okay, for greater than, the same operator. Less than, same. For not equal, this is the same. These are the operators. So here all operators that are used in the C are valid in C++ also. So this is the basic information. Now let us see what is the difference between the C and C++. Okay, so here comes the difference. So C is a procedural language. So in the starting itself I said, so this is C is a structural language, or it is a procedural language, whereas C++ is object oriented language. So in the C++ we use the objects and classes. So this is an object oriented program. Next, coming to, in C, no virtual functions are present in C, whereas in C++, concept of virtual functions are used. Okay, so actually the virtual function must be a member of some classes. So it can be accessed by using the object pointers. So where will be the objects and classes are present? So those are present in the C++. So C, there is no virtual functions are present, whereas in C++ we use the virtual functions concept. Next, in C, polymorphism is not possible. Okay, means one polymorphism, many forms. So many forms is not possible. In C we will use only one form, that is a structured programming language. The statement should be in sequence. Okay, so here the polymorphism concept is not possible, whereas in C++ the polymorphism is possible, and this is one of the important feature in C++. Now coming to next difference. In C, operator overloading is not possible, whereas in C++ operator overloading is possible. So what does it mean? Operator overloading. So operator overloading means, suppose if you're using one operator, that operator will be only used for only one purpose in the C. So here the operator overloading is not possible. Suppose if you are using addition plus, this plus sign indicates to add two integers. To add two integers, we use the plus sign. Okay, so whereas in C++, the plus operator can be add two integers or two float numbers, okay, or two doubles, and the same plus can be add for two class objects. Okay, so here the plus can be used only for the addition. So that's why operator overloading is not possible. Whereas in C++, the plus can be used to add the two integer values, or it can add the two class objects. But one thing you have to be noted, that when an operator is overloaded, its original meaning is not lost. So whatever the original meaning that will be there, that will be not lost. So the C does not support operator overloading, whereas C++ will support the operator overloading. So while you designing the program, C should be a top-down approach, whereas C++ is bottom-up approach. And coming to the declaration of variables, here the multiple declaration of global variables are allowed. Okay, you can declare the multiple declarations of global variables. Suppose x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20. So you can allow multiple declarations globally. Whereas in C++, multiple declarations of global variables are not allowed. Only once you declared one global variable, that variable can be accessed with the different values in different objects, means in different functions. Okay, that one global variable can be assigned to different functions with the different values in C++. Whereas in C, the C itself is allowing multiple declarations of global variables. So next, coming to the input and output functions. In C, we use scanf for input, whereas printf is for output. In C++, cin function, this function is used for input. Okay, cin, the symbol is used for input function, whereas cout is for output function. So declaring the output. Now coming to the some more differences. So in C, mapping between data and functions is difficult and complicated. Whereas in C++, mapping between data and functions can be used by using objects. So with the help of the objects, we can map the data and functions in C++. Whereas in C, it should be complicated. So to call a function, here we will use a main function. In C, we can call main function through other functions. Whereas C++, we cannot call main functions through other functions. Next, C requires all the variables to be defined at the starting of the scope. So if you want to use the variables, you have to declare those variables and initialize those values at the starting of the scope, starting of the program. Okay, so you have to be declared, or you have to be defined at the starting of the scope. Whereas in C++, whenever you are using that, at the time of the first use only, you can declare those variables in C++. C++ allows declaration of variables anywhere in the scope, that is at a time of first use. Okay, so next, coming to the C. In C, no inheritance is possible. So inheritance concept is not possible in the C, whereas C++ inheritance is possible. Now coming to the next. In C, the malloc. So a malloc means this memory allocations are used for memory allocation. Malloc is for memory allocation, and you also take it as a C alloc. These two functions will be used for memory allocation, whereas free function is used for memory deallocating. So for allocating and deallocating, we use malloc and free functions. Whereas in C++, we use new and delete operators. New is for memory allocation and delete is for deallocating. Okay, so that is the difference. Now coming to another difference. So in C, exception handling is not present. So here whenever the program is overflow, the exception occurs, it won't work. The exception handling is not possible in the C. Whereas C++ can handle the exceptions with the help of the try and catch block. So if you use the try and catch block in the switch cases, then you can handle the exception in C++. So let us see one example how the program will work in C and C++ program. So here we are calling a function. Okay, you want to print the values by calling the functions. So this is a C program. Let us see here. So this is a hash include stdio.h. So here the int marks we are declaring globally. So this is the global. So if you are declaring outside the main program, then you call it as a global variable. So int marks is declared globally. This is a void set data and the print data. This is for reading data and this is for writing data. Now coming to the main program. So whenever you are calling the executing the program, first it comes to the main program. So main program, set data. Set data means it goes to this function call. So it calls this complete function to here. Okay. So void set data int x. So x is a variable. So that is, I already said it is a 20. So this 20 is an integer value. That 20 will be assigned to marks. So this marks is declared globally. So now the marks becomes the 20. Okay. So now after completion of this function, again it comes to the next sequence of the steps. So that is a set data of 40. Now it is setting the data to 40. So now again it calls this function. So set data int x. Now x is 40. So the 40 is stored in the marks. Okay. So what it does, so whenever previously it is already 20. Now the 20 is overwritten and now it becomes 40. Okay. So after set data, next print data. So now it calls this function. So it calls this function and print marks, or what are the marks now? It is 40. So 40 was printed. So the output for this is marks or 40. So it erases the previous value, whatever there, that is the 20 value is overwritten. So this is a main drawback in the C program. If you want to print the multiple values, if you declare the variable globally, okay, if you want to print the multiple values, it won't print those values. Only the latest, whatever the modified value, that will be printed in the C. So now coming to the C++. So in the C++ program, so hash include IO stream is for input output. So for the C-in and C-out, we use the library function. This is the predefined function. So include IO stream. Now class student. So here this is, first you come to the main program here also. Okay, main program. So here the class student is a class name. Okay, here the private is declared for the int marks. So these are declared privately, and the public is set data and the print data. So these are the access modifiers. You call it as a access modifiers, the private and public. Okay, coming to the main program, student Raghu comma Hari. So what it's saying, the class student or of two names, with one is Raghu and another is Hari. Okay, so now Raghu dot set data. Raghu dot. So here the Raghu and Hari, you call it as the objects of that class. Student is a class name and Raghu and Hari are the objects of that class. So here this is the class consisting of objects with the methods and the functions. Sorry, methods and the variables. The functions and methods both are the same. So these are the variables and these are the functions. So this is a class student. So student consisting of methods and the variables. Now we are calling Raghu. Here Raghu and Hari are the objects of that student. So here Raghu and Hari can use these methods and variables. Okay, so student Raghu Hari. So student is the class name and Raghu and Hari are the objects. So now we are calling the object, that is the Raghu dot set data. So whenever Raghu dot set data means it enter into here. So Raghu dot set data consists of 10 marks. So here void set data int x means now it is 10. So x is equal to marks is equal to 10. Okay, so now the marks is 10 again. So it stores in one memory location. Now coming to next, Hari dot set data 30. Again it calls the same void set data. Now it is Hari. It is related to Hari. Previously it is Raghu. Now it's stored in the Hari memory location. So Hari is one of the object. So Hari dot set data. Hari value is 30. So now the marks is 30. So this is one object, that is the Raghu's object. He is having the marks 10. Now in the Hari's object, his marks is 30. Now coming to next statement. So after executing this, again the control comes to next statement. So now the Raghu dot print data. Raghu is the object. So Raghu dot print data means this will be printed. So marks are here. What is the Raghu's marks? 10. Now the control comes to here. Again it goes to the next statement. Now coming to Hari dot print data. So again it takes a enter into this print data. Now it saves the data as marks or 30. So this is the output. So see here the difference. Whereas in C program, it overrides the previous values and executes the current value. Okay. Whereas in C++ program, so with the help of the object, so based on the object's calling, a memory is allocated to that object and that particular value is stored regarding that object. Okay, so here you will get the output as marks are 10 and marks are 30, whereas in here you will get the marks, only one student marks are printed. It overrides the previous student marks. So this is the main difference between the C and C++ program. Thank you.